The 3 best shoulder exercises that you can do with the T2 ISO trainer, in my opinion. Hi, I'm Jonathan Pritchett with Theology, Geek, Fitness. And shoulder day doesn't have to be, well, you shouldn't really do a shoulder day anyway, but shoulder exercises don't have to stink, right? Even if you have a bum shoulder, which I know if you're my age, 46, around there, or even older shoulders, you can get a little bit of shoulder pain, but it doesn't have to stink. You can get something like resistance bands, but they just don't do what the T2 ISO trainer can do. They're just not as good. Now, you can do the type of shoulder exercises with the T2 ISO trainer that you could normally do with a suspension trainer, but why do that when you don't have to with the T2 ISO trainer? Because you can do all that and more. And so these are my 3 favorite shoulder exercises that I use the T2 ISO trainer for. And coming in at number 1 is going to be the overhead press. Now, again, this is going to be using the bungee, so it's similar to a resistance band overhead press, but doing your set normally like that and then going straight into the isokinetics, it will light your shoulder up. And of course, like resistance bands or suspension trainers, you have more control during a set if you need more or less tension. So that's a good thing, especially if your shoulder kind of goes a little wonky on you. So a lot of control there, and it is just a fantastic exercise, especially you know, not pausing, just doing your set full with the bungee, and then keeping a little bit of tension on the bungee. Or sometimes you might even have to slack off some of the tension and going straight into the isokinetics. It's fantastic. Your shoulder will light up and scream at you, so it's great. The second best that I like to do is a face pull to work my rear delts, and then once again going into the isokinetics after you do your normal set. The tension is on the bungee, I think, is better than the 41-inch loop bands anyway. It seems to be a little bit, I mean, it's linear just like resistance bands, but it seems to be a little bit more consistently tense throughout. It's got less of a curve as the resistance band, whereas at the top of a rep, it is, you know, even with some starting tensions, not a whole lot, and gets stronger as you go through the rep. In your concentric phase, but the bungee is just better for this, and you'll notice that when you do things like face pulls where you don't need a whole lot of tension to start with, and you realize that this is tougher, and then going into the isokinetics, I sometimes have to take a small step forward, take some of the tension off of the bungee, just to be able to do the isokinetics, because you're doing the body fight thing. So face pulls comes in at number 2 because you want to make sure you hit the rear delts as well. And then if you need a little bit of extra for your medial delts because you just don't know if you're hitting them hard enough with your overhead presses, just doing the isokinetic lateral raises will finish you off splendidly. So there's no bungee attached there. You just anchor the T2 ISO trainer under your foot, because unlike suspension trainers, you can anchor this, you know, at any angle you want to. So it's fantastic that way. That's why I decked out my backyard pull-up bar with 3 different anchor points to anchor my T2 ISO trainer, so that I can do that at different angles, which makes it well beyond a suspension trainer, well beyond resistance bands. So anyway, the T2 ISO trainer is still my favorite piece of equipment, and for shoulders, it's fantastic. I like it better than resistance bands because you can get a better workout, and you know, you can have it as tense or as less tension as you need, even in the middle of a set. You can back off a little bit, you know, while you're doing your reps, in case you're getting closer to failure, but you want to finish out, kind of like a instant drop set. You know, it's just great. It's very, very flexible, whether you're doing the bungee mode, which is similar to resistance training, but I think with a better tension curve, and then doing the isokinetics. You know, you're fighting against yourself there, plus the force multiplier of the housing unit, but you can always fight easier against yourself whenever you need to take some of the tension off. So when you're my age, you think about shoulders a lot more than you probably do for any of you younger people who are watching, but take care of your shoulders. Now, that doesn't mean I don't ever do, you know, my overhead presses with my heavy sandbag or with dumbbells or whatever, but you know, I just like the way that I get that shoulder pump. You know, it's kind of like with the back. It's like I get shoulder ache more than I get shoulder pumps, but with the T2 ISO trainer, works great. So there you go. Those are my top 3 that I commend to all of you. And if you don't have a T2 ISO trainer, get one. It really is a phenomenal piece of equipment. So there you go. If you liked the video, click the like button. If you didn't like it, click the dislike button. I don't really care either way. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What are your favorite shoulder exercises with this or any other piece of equipment? Love to hear from all of you who are watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber, which is most people who watch most of my videos. So do that for me, please. I'd really, really appreciate it. And I'd also appreciate it if you'd like to support what we're doing, becoming a patron at patreon.com/theologygeekfitness. Have loads of bonus content. And if you pay $10 or more, you can get it on a free giveaway. So consider that. That'd be very helpful to us. And thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. God bless.